Hi there to the team at NHCCE. My name is Graeme Codrington, and I'm really excited at the possibility of being part of your upcoming exhibition in October. I do three main things. As the lead researcher at the Tomorrow Today's Institute, I'm focused on the future of work. Part of what I do is helping organizations and their leaders to think like a futurist, which doesn't mean you can predict the future, but rather anticipate where deep disruption is taking place. I also help companies to future-proof their leaders and their teams, and I have a real passion for working with the people in business, with HR, L&D, and everyone else who is focused on these issues of leadership, teams, and organizational design. And then part of the output that I'm really hoping is that organizations will develop a DNA and a culture that is anti-fragile, or to put it another way, is future-proof. As I said, my focus is on disruption, trying to identify where the deep structural changes are taking place, providing frameworks for people to understand why this change is taking place, but maybe more importantly, to build an opportunity or a growth mindset, looking for what I call the kairos opportunities, those moments of deep structural change where if you're ready for them, you can take advantage of that change. This is what I do all around the world, all the time. Most recently, the opening keynote speaker at the HR World Summit in Portugal. And if I look at the program agenda that you've put together, if I can be a little bit presumptuous, my suggestion would be that I am involved in the future-ready workforce theme, and maybe even the possibility of setting the scene in the opening session. You can see the style that I use of sort of high impact graphics. I use a lot of stories and case studies that sort of bring the themes to life. But I think that in an opening session, and especially in that future-ready workforce pillar that you are putting together, we need to do a little bit more than giving people just a list of the things that might happen in the future. I mean, this is what I do. Literally later today, I'll be spending some time with an organization in South Africa that has 20,000 staff and having a look at some key themes. This is a set of themes that I've worked together with them to look at, but some interesting research, for example, coming from Professor Nicholas Bloom and Professor Raj Shahjuri on the work that they've done on work from anywhere, flowing into ideas around autonomy and peak performance. You've always got to talk about the 4-day work week these days if you're trying to push people to think differently about the workplace of the future. But you can see some of the other themes around the real importance of deep data analytics and applying generative AI, not just in automating, but in augmenting our organizations. The transparency issue is a fascinating one. A lot of young people today are sharing their salaries and the terms and conditions of their employment on TikTok and have massive transparency as a generation, whether it's legal or not. And this is causing deep disruption in the world of work. But again, I don't think that it is as important to give a list of those future trends. In my experience, HR professionals are already aware of many of those. For me, I think the key issue is helping HR people to develop what I call strategic imagination. Now, this is something I spoke about as one of the keynote speakers at the recent YPO Edge event in Barcelona. 2,700 senior business leaders from all around the world, representing every industry you can imagine and different sizes of businesses, gathered together, and my message to them was that strategic imagination is one of the most important skill sets that we need in the senior executive teams, and in my opinion, especially in HR. Now, I've done this work all around the world in different industries. For example, leading and in fact emceeing a CEO roundtable for the insurance industry in South Africa last year. And in fact, you can have a look at my website and pick up. This is my travel diary for the last few years. By the way, I've been to Malaysia many times, worked with Petronas, Maybank, Etika, some other multinational companies in Malaysia like EY, Ferring, and a few others. And as I say, I would really love to work with the team at Emeritus, where I'm a part of the faculty, to partner with you to bring a really high impact session to NHCCE this year, and bringing my skill set of thinking about the future and helping your delegates, the participants, to really open their minds, expand their thinking, and be ready for all of the amazing sessions and insights that will come their way. So thank you very much for considering me, and I look forward to hearing where you can find space for me in the program this year.